Hello, everybody. This is Amelia, your intuitive empath, with one of your weekly videos, as I attempt to do most weeks. And the new story segments videos that I've been doing, I've just been coming up with topics that just really stand out to me as pertaining to the current energies and what I'm seeing in my clients or when I'm meeting some new people. So there's a lot going on with that. Today, we're going to talk about choices. So if you are familiar with the term timeline, we are all on a timeline. And with each of our choices that we make throughout our lives, we have these different paths that can branch off from where we are right now. So for instance, I could have 3 choices in front of me right now. Which one is going to take me on my highest timeline, my best possible outcome for my life's journey, my soul's journey? So that's one of the simplest ways I like to explain timelines for that purpose. And so I'm going to use my big timeline shift that I went through several years ago. So I have mentioned maybe in some of the videos, don't remember exactly, I was in a toxic marriage for many years, very extremely narcissistic, toxic, and it was literally killing me. I was very sick. By the time I made this shift in my mindset, I was very, very, very sick. So I'm going to describe 2 different timeline possibilities from that situation. So choice number 1. Had I chosen to stay in that situation, what could have happened? And what was happening? How could that have progressed to further spaces of, let's just say, degradation? Oh, and there's the word, health, degradation. My health was horrible. I was so sick. And I don't believe you can heal in the situation that got you sick. Maybe little bits, but not fully. So I wouldn't have been a healthy mom. I wouldn't have had the energy to be there for my kids. They were little at the time. Just the suppression of my voice continued. I had no voice. It was not valued. In fact, it was slandered. My abundance, my financial abundance, was completely stifled and taken advantage of. I was walking on eggshells all the time. That continued to get worse before I made my timeline switch. I foresaw an escalation to physical abuse. That had not happened yet, but there were threats. And I'm like, oh, now I'm really done. Now I'm really done. I would have continued to live in a very, very low vibration state, which just, again, goes back to dis-ease and many other factors that, I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with anymore. So lack of freedom, very controlled. I mean, you name it. Everyone in the book was my experience when it came to the narcissistic abuse. And my kids had to watch that and be part of that. And they probably, I don't know, wondered why I had to deal with that. So to me, that timeline just continued to go down and down and down and down and down. And if it had continued to go down, how much harder would it have been to get out? And, it was never an easy time to leave, but I finally hit that breaking point and I said, no, I'm done. Started researching, understanding what I was living, and I didn't know what it was exactly because, the covert narcissist is very, very crafty, very manipulative, and they have you pretty well brainwashed and try to steal your identity for their own. So choice number 2, I chose to break free. And this was a process for myself. And if you need help with this, feel free to reach out. I do offer coaching in this respect. So, and there's no judgment from me either way if you choose to stay or not. Never, ever, ever. because everyone's life path is different, and that's okay. But for me, leaving meant freedom. Freedom to actually reclaim who I was, my pure, authentic soul's identity. And I really knew that I had to show my kids that it was safe to do so. It was safe to step away and break free and to provide a safe home for them because they did not have that. So in these situations, there's always like a safe parent and then a not so safe parent. Oh, and sometimes it's a double whammy, not so safe. I was able to show my kids that strength to move up and out of that higher vibration. So I've only been able to grow and grow and grow. Some, I've had some flat moments where I'm just coasting and surviving and digging into new levels of healing, and that's okay too. But I actually had room to grow, whereas before there was none. And so I'm really starting to even come into higher spaces with that too in the last several months. I just continue to find new spaces for true healing, true escalation, true ascension type energies coming my way. And my voice, that one kind of took a while to really open up, and I think it fully blasted open pretty recently. It was pretty open, but now it's really, really, really opening up so big. So I choose now to speak the truth that I know with loving kindness when I'm meant to. And that feels amazing. Because 5 years ago, you would not have even seen me on camera. End of story. End of story. And because I came to the realization over and over again that I could not heal in that environment. It was too difficult, too stifling, too oppressive, very abusive, scary sometimes. So it's all behind me, all of it. No more triggers. All is gone. If I find any residue of any of those, I quickly work through them as I meant to and continued upward on that highest timeline for myself. So I do want to offer that support to you as well if you are looking to be guided in your highest timeline approach to life, whether it is in just a business you own if you're a healer, or maybe it is a relationship that you need to leave, or whatever it is. No judgment again. Please feel free to reach out and to learn some techniques about what it means to be an empath, to join my Patreon group below. As always, we'll see you very soon.